record this a little bit anyway. Stuff that happened the other day. Right, there's a few things. And one of the things that you already know about, Dave, because we spoke about it the other day. But anyway, can't move. How was the training yesterday anyway?
Well, the half I saw was good.
What happened then?
Oh, I got to Kez, and we meant to go and see Sammy, but she was ill, so we didn't go. Got to Kez, got there, and when we booked the ticket, they didn't give us the details of the address. So Kez had looked online. I think I looked up earlier. Kez had looked online, and she got the address. And so she said she gave me a postcode to put in the sat nav, which I did. I thought it was Derby, and we drove along, and ended up it was Runcorn. Now I know they do another meeting, so I thought it was Derby. It must have been there. We got there, got in a hotel, and they said, "Oh no, the meeting starts at 1. It's in that room there." So we sat and had a coffee. She had a look, and they hadn't updated their site. So the information she got was the 25th of June last year, which was at Runcorn. So we were at the wrong place about, I don't know.
Well, that's what I said to you on the phone. I said it's only junction 24 because you said you were 25.
But we'd actually gone all the way to bloody Runcorn. We were sort of 70 miles away. So I got a postcode. We whipped back, and we got there in time for the second half anyway, but missed the first half. But at least it was a nice day for a drive.
Yeah, okay.
Well, it's been positive, Andy. Come on.
I know. It just made me smile. Okay, so first of all, is everybody aware of the bank holidays?
Good point to remind that, yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Monday.
if you don't place an order tomorrow, you won't get it before Tuesday of next week.
Because tomorrow, you mean? Yeah, because I put an order on Sunday. They recorded it this morning.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if you don't place an order by tomorrow, then you won't get it until the following Tuesday.
Right.
Yeah, because it's bank holiday Friday, bank holiday Monday. So it's a really big bank holiday. So if you're want to get any orders through this week, for delivery this week, then it needs to go through tomorrow. Other than that, just put them on for delivery next week. Okay. I'd always recommend you put them through anyway. As soon as you hit free delivery, put your order through. Because what you don't want to do is to leave it, then find out half your stuff's out of stock. Okay. We had a discussion the other day, myself and Dave, about public or closed, and the reasons why the groups should be closed. So I'm just going to clarify that because I'm recording this so people can catch up with it. It should always be closed. There's a number of reasons. If you have a public group, it's a bit like, I think I said this the other day, having a shop and putting every product you have in the shop in the window.
Every what? Sorry, every
product.
Oh, yeah.
That you have in the window. So people don't have to enter the shop to actually see what you've got. And then they can decide whether they want to come in your shop or not. So you don't make it public. You don't want people just browsing and then deciding, oh, there's nothing in there I want. You want them to actually join your group. Okay, that's the first thing. The second thing is if you keep it, if you have it public, anybody, and that means another distributor, can see what you're doing, who your customers are, what their comments are, if they're interested in buying something, etc. And the whole idea is for you to build this group up for yourself. So you don't have to be advertising in outside groups. But if you just leave it wide open, it's like having a shop, going home overnight and just leaving the keys in the front door for anybody to go in and pinch whatever they want. All right? So you must have it closed. You have control then of who people join, what they see, etc., etc. Okay. So please never, ever, ever have a group public. It's like our Eagle group is a secret group. Only people in our group do we want to have the information. All right. Okay, so let's go through some figures, see where we are. Right, so Roger. Target, set himself a target of £800. After 2 weeks, he's on 207. Leaves 593 still to do. A sponsoring target of 2, done 1, 1 to do. And then 1 activation to do. Esther's not on tonight, so it's not fair to discuss. David's on tonight. 800, 320, so nearly halfway to his retail target. Sponsored for target of 4, sponsored 2. And that should say 2.
Oh, David. Oh, well done, David. That's good, David. Yeah, 4 is sponsored 2.
Yeah, so far, so I've got 2 more to do. And activated 1 of them. Sharon. I will mention.
Well, a lot of people. Yeah.
Sorry?
No, I was going to say, at the moment, quite a few people are seem to sponsor them. When I try to get back in touch with them, they seem to disappear in fresh air. Or
yeah, that happens for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kez, retail target 1,600. She's already done 860.
That's very good.
Okay, and that's all online. 740 still to do. Sponsoring is slightly behind schedule, like well behind. Ourselves, we only do a small retail target. We should be on target. We're just placing an order today for £200 and odd. Sponsored target of 8. We've only done 2, so we were slightly behind schedule. So that's where we are. So the next week or so, we need to really, really push it on, especially with Easter. Okay, a couple of things I wanted to go over tonight, and I just thought this was useful. Talking about a butterfly and what we can learn from a butterfly. So, a little saying, you may have heard it before, I don't know. One day, a small opening appeared on a cocoon. A man sat and watched the butterfly for several hours as it struggled to force its body through that little hole. Then it seems to stop making any progress. It appeared as if it had gone as far as it could, and it could not go any further. So the man decided to help the butterfly. He took a pair of scissors. He opened the cocoon. The butterfly then emerged easily, but it had a withered body. It was tiny, with shriveled wings. The man continued to watch. The man continued to watch because he expected that at any moment the wings would open, enlarge and expand to be able to support the butterfly's body and become firm. Neither happened. In fact, the butterfly spent the rest of its life crawling around with a withered body and shriveled wings. It was never able to fly. What the man in his kindness did not understand was the struggle required for the butterfly to get through the tiny opening was nature's way of forcing fluid from the body of the butterfly into its wings, so it would be ready for flight once it achieved its freedom from its cocoon. Struggles are exactly what we need in our lives. If we are allowed to go through our life without any obstacles, it would cripple us. We'd not be as strong as we could have been. So therefore, you need to look for strength and challenges to solve. You need to find the courage to overcome the obstacles. You cannot carry your people. They have to struggle themselves. this is quite important. Okay, when we talk about, if you have a person in your team and you just sign people into them without teaching them how to do things, they'll never learn. They'll never grow beyond you, because it's you doing it, not them. And that's what you've got to understand, is that if it's you or if it's a team member in your team, actually putting lots of people into their team doesn't help them. You might think it does, but it actually has the adverse effect in a lot of cases. We've done it in the past, and we don't do it as much now, where we've had a new person join. They have no belief in the business. We've put the people into their team, and those people have not stayed. All it's done is to reinforce the person's belief that they can't make it work either, because people who've joined their team also have left.
Mm-hmm.
And therefore, you actually do more harm than you do good. Because what you need to identify is why people aren't doing certain things. And that's the idea of the leadership group, is to identify what isn't happening and why it isn't happening, and then train the person to improve on those particular aspects. Anybody can sponsor somebody. It's what they do with that person once you've sponsored them. You know, it's like appointments. If you're doing lots and lots and lots of appointments and you're getting nobody signing in, what is the issue? We need to understand that. Is it the final part? Is it the ending? That there isn't getting the commitment and for them to sign in while you're on the phone? The last two people who joined our team have both signed in while I've been on the phone with them. Okay. One with a 250 catalogue kit and one with a online kit. But they've both done it while we're actually done the appointment and we're on the phone with us. Okay. Doesn't always happen. I'm not sure. David, are you there?
Yeah, I think he's there.
Yeah, I'm here. I was muted. Sorry. Yeah.
Sharon, how did she sign in?
Sharon, I spoke to her. She was ready to sign in. She had to pick up her granddaughter. She signed in the same day. She signed in the same day.
She signed in the same day. So it was a commitment straight away. It wasn't messing and mucking about, chasing people 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours later. The thing is that you can take one bad interview or one bad discussion and then expand that into doing that for every single appointment. What you have to do is stick to your own system, and wherever possible, unless they tell you they cannot join until next week. For instance, Yvonne told us she wouldn't be able to join. We went through the kits and we knew exactly what kit she was going to join with, but she wouldn't have the money till Wednesday. So we organised on Wednesday for us to speak to her, and we sent her the link prior to that in case money came available earlier. But then we did this signing in with her over the phone and on Facebook on Wednesday to make sure it actually happened. Now, and I've got this all the time, I must have had about 15 or 20 next steps in the last couple of weeks. And you've tried to book an appointment with them and then don't respond. So what? You're not looking for people you have to chase. Yes, you keep in contact with them, but you need to teach your team people like that. It's like Yasmin has just decided she'd like to team build. So she started to do some adverts and do interviews. We did one with her yesterday, and the person's going to let her know today, and Sharon's going to follow up with her. Those that want to do it will do it. It's just a matter of us going through the numbers and understanding the numbers. If you're only doing 1 or 2 appointments a week, you're never going to build the business. You need to be doing at least 1 or 2 a day, or at least 10 a week. It's always the numbers. Now, it's just difficult this time of year because it's Easter. But it wasn't Easter last week. And in 2 weeks' time, it won't be Easter again. Yeah. We can always make excuses or reasons why we don't achieve things, and we're as big as that as everybody else. We just put all our catalogues out to our customer base in one area. Vast majority haven't ordered this time. Our retails are down a lot more, but we still come out with over £200. It's 44 books, I think it was, went out in that area, and we ended up with £209 worth of orders. So it's still £5 a catalogue average. But I think we've got 10 orders. So it's £20 average per order. It's all about the numbers. If you haven't got the numbers, then you won't make it work for you. Is there anything, and you need to feed back to me, guys, is there anything that you feel that you are weak on, or you need strengthening on, or you need training on an individual basis?
But personally, that probably be the because I have become more confident to speak to people on the phone, but it's the after bit, if you know what I mean. I mean, okay, it happened to a lot of people all over the country that people just disappear in thin air. Mm. But there must be a way. I mean,
no, if it's not within them,
hold on. Say again.
You must do a system, which is, if you do everything you can, which is you set them up within the first 24 hours of them joining.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you follow them up within 24 hours, if they decide they need to, if you try to you follow the system, you're not the one that's got the problem. It's when you start to deviate or you don't follow the system 100%. For instance, leaving it 36, 48 hours, 72 hours. You know, it's the immediacy of doing things, because people are excited at the time they join or at the time they do their appointment. If they are still not 100% at the 10, well, not say 100%, it should be about either going to be interested or not interested, one or the other. And if they're not interested, buy. If they're interested, you need to know what the issues are before you put the phone down. Yeah, if it's great, you need some time to think about. If you don't mind me asking, what is it you need to think about? You need to be blunt with it. At the end of the day, if somebody thinks you're being pushy, they ain't going to last very long anyway. You know, I'm going to say to somebody, look, what is it you've got to think about? Do you understand everything? Do you like everything? You said to me you're more interested. So what's holding you back? Well, I'm not sure which kit. Okay, let's talk it through then. Which do you think? You said to me you're going to do catalogues. You said to me you're going to do online. Well, the online, if you're going to do online, there is no choice. It's 20 quid. And 9 times out of 10, you'll get to the bottom of it. It's just about money. They either haven't got the money, or they don't see a big. We haven't actually shown them a big enough opportunity for them to find 20 quid. Because somebody said to them, "Could you do me a favour? If you can lend me 20 quid today, I'll give you 100 quid back later on today." Would most people find the 20 quid? No answer.
Well, I mean, it's
20 quid's not a lot of money. I could sell something to make 20 quid. Nowadays, 20 quid's not a lot of money. If they really wanted it, they would find 20 quid. Because I bet you most of them have got mobile phones. They have a contract that they spend a lot more than 20 quid a month on.
Oh, they do, yeah.
Yeah. So they'll spend more than 20 quid. They just don't see the value. So we've failed in the interview in showing them the value. To go to get a job, they'll have to spend money and time to go and get a job. 20 quid's not a lot of money. And do you want people who really want to do it, or do you want people who are finding reasons not to do it? As I say, unfortunately, you'll have 50 people inquire, 10 appointments, signing 2. But you've got to get those 50 inquiries first. And it's all about the numbers. But then it's following them all up. Because unfortunately, we don't know. Out of 50 inquiries we've got, it might be the last 2 we get to are the ones that are really important. I'll tell you now, we have an interesting one the other day. Lady was on Sharon's. She responded. She said, asked lots of questions. And we said, look, all your questions will be answered when we do the appointment. It's the way we do it. Yeah. And if they're not answered, then you can ask away. And she said, okay, can I do the appointment when I get back in from school? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, no problem at all. Okay, I'll butcher you as soon as you get in. We've not been able to get a response from that lady in the last 2 weeks now. I'm not going to chase her, but I will put every now I come on there and say, hi, free yet? But I'm not going to get bogged down with it because it's not growing my business. And you need to focus on what is going to grow your business, not what isn't. People who don't join your business are not going to grow your business.
That's true.
Yeah. People who piss you around, do you really think that they're going to be consistent in the business? So all we do is, it may not be the right time for them. Yeah. So that's where we've got to identify, what have we done? Have we done everything we possibly can to show them the benefits of investing 20 quid? Because if we get to the end and they can't see the benefit of our business, we've done something wrong in the presentation. Because as we're talking through, we're getting confirmation. Do you understand that? How do you like it? You can hear the volume in their speech to you. And by the end of it, they're either not at all interested or 20 quid shouldn't be an issue.
Maybe we need to listen to one of your interviews again. Yeah, is that okay?
The interviews don't change. The interviews still on that I've done are still on the training group. And that's 2-way interviews. So have a listen, but it's how you construct it. I mean, what I'll do, if you need to identify where you think you're not getting things. And that goes for David, goes for Kez, goes for everybody, myself included. Because I get days where I think, what am I doing wrong? But I don't. It's a matter of how long you stay in the dip. I think it was the tortoise. There was a training session we first ever went to, Roy and Margaret Japp, and they said that when you're on a high, you're up here, and then all of a sudden you go on a down. You know? Yeah, and you're in the depths of it, and then you get a good result, and you're back up here again. The issue is how long you stay down the bottom, because the bottom is non-productive time. The longer you stay at the bottom, the less chance you have of building a good big business. So it's your everybody has this heartbeat type response. It's how long you spend at the bottoms. The least you spend at the bottom, the better. In other words, you let it come off you. You just let it slide. Imagine that your job was to go to to find somebody with a red car. Mike Bibby did this once. He said, oh, my job is I want to find a red car. So he walked along the actual audience and said, I want you to all tell me as we go along what colour your car is. Silver, 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 black, black, red, red. Got one. Great. Move on. Silver, silver, silver. Red. You go through the numbers, he found so many red cars. But he didn't stop until he got his 10 red cars. You with me? So you might find them very quickly. You might find them, might take hundreds of people saying no to you. All you've got to do, you will benefit, but don't feel down about it. And don't start questioning yourself. The system is the crutch. because it's working for everybody else.
Can I put my bit in it? Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
right. I was going to say, I don't know if Roger's a bit like I was.
A bit like what? Say that again. Okay. Sorry, I couldn't hear you. Say again.
Sorry, I was going to say, I think you may be a bit like me. With me, it was self-belief in a way. When I was a kid, I was told I couldn't do things. I managed to turn that around. I got a degree. I did things. But what I did, I convinced myself the success was me bringing up my kids, which it is. I convinced myself that what I'd done was successful, and what I've done is successful. But what I realised, and it was just on a meeting the other day, I realised that somebody, I think Andy said something, somebody made a comment.
Yeah.
Andy said something, somebody made a comment. How can people be scared of success? And that's with me, that I know I've been scared of success, but I turned success around to what I saw as successful, but realised I was scared of what most people see as success, which is making money and having a good job. I saw success as bringing up a good family, which I still believe it is. But one bit that people had sort of put me down for when I was young, I still believe. And I realised that whenever I got to get with my past life businesses to a point when I was about to be successful, I got scared and something made me pull away. I realised that about 3 weeks ago. Since then, everything's turned around. So it's in my head. It's nowhere else but in my head. But it was something I didn't realise. And I should have done. I bloody did psychology degree. I've been a counsellor. If anyone should realise, it should be me. But it took someone saying something to trigger in me that was a problem. But it's all in me. Everything Andy says is right. But we've got to believe in it. I've got to really believe. And I do believe. I know that I can be as good as anyone else up there if I want to, enough. But something in my head told me I couldn't. And I'm wondering if you've perhaps got the same sort of problem with something, the confidence thing, in one way or another. And it's about finding out where that is and doing it. I know it's Andy's training, but that's my little bit. I don't know
that's
if that's
fine.
With you.
The whole idea of that leadership group is... Hello?
Hello, it's all gone funny.
Yeah, I think Rogers is frozen.
Sometimes it's breaking, yeah.
All right.
I can hear you, Roger. I can't see you, but I can hear you. There you are. You're saying something? Were you saying something?
Yeah, David says so. Yeah, no, what he said is right. It's the fear of success. There could be a part of that, yeah.
Yeah, at the end of the day, as long as you have a system, and that's what we have, is we get inquiries in, we have them into our contact manager, or we respond to them via Facebook or whatever method, and we follow the same system every single step. We follow them up with a phone call. We check that they've actually watched the videos. If they haven't watched the videos, direct them back to the videos. Because if somebody's not going to watch the videos, like a guy said to me, I haven't got time to watch the videos. Well, I'm sorry, but if you haven't got time to watch the videos, I can guarantee you will not be successful in this business. And I am not prepared to spend time and effort in teaching and training you when you're not prepared to spend 5 to 10 minutes for yourself to find out more about our business. I haven't got the time for somebody who can't even be bothered.
Is that what you said to him?
Yeah. Sorry, ringing you.
Hello.
And that's, yeah, because I said at the end of the day, if somebody isn't going to even bother to watch a video or can't be bothered to watch a video, are they going to watch the training videos that we tell them to watch?
Yeah.
Are they going to follow the instruction we give them?
No, probably.
No, so why waste your time?
No.
If you were employing somebody in your job, if your business, you're the director of your own business, and you've got 3 vacancies, and you've got a number of people who are applying for those vacancies, and you said, first thing, part of the interview process is, I need you to watch these videos. And they said, I'm not going to. Would you continue with the interview?
Yeah.
Because I don't think you would. And that's what I'm saying. If you start saying, oh, we'll let that,
No, but
that, we'll let somebody off that, we'll let somebody off that, then you'll end up with a team of misfits.
yeah, you're right.
You know, because if you're not going to follow the system, how can you possibly success? Put it this way: you've got two people in your team. One sponsored somebody else. You sponsored somebody in. Who sponsored somebody in? Have either of them actually done any business or signed anybody in?
I mean, if you sign somebody and they sign somebody, yeah, well, I mean, your team is doing, isn't it? Or have I missed something?
I'm talking about the person that you signed in.
Yeah.
You signed somebody else in.
Yeah.
Have they done anything?
So one and then one.
Have they done anything? They might as well. They're sitting there, but it says 0, 0, 0. Have they done anything? Hello? Can you hear?
No, they are no.
No, because they're not following the system.
The sun is blacking out.
Yeah, something at your end because it keeps freezing. Can you hear me, David?
I can hear you, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, because that's what I'm saying. If they don't follow the system...
Yeah, it's blacking up a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's at your end, Roger. Because your picture keeps freezing.
Right, yeah. Maybe next time I'll need to listen to it.
Yeah. What I'm trying to say is,
if
you sign somebody in who doesn't follow the system, they'll sign in somebody who doesn't follow the system, and they will never, ever develop. Well, very rarely does somebody join the business and then go flying with it without a basis. Even Peter and Jackie White, who have developed their own system, but they've worked with the system that was in place first of all. But they would then built a system as they got successful to a certain level, and then they developed a system. But that was going back a few years ago when there was no real systems. We were all mishmashing things together. Now we have a very simple system. We show somebody a video, we talk them through how it works, they join or they don't join. If they join for online, we teach them how to do that. If they join for catalogs, we teach them how to do that. Dead easy. All right. But if between now and next week, both of you could actually do a strengths and weaknesses analysis for yourself, and anybody else that's in the leadership group, do a strength and weaknesses analysis. I'll see if I can find. I used to have a form called sex. So I'd have to have sex with Roger. I'd have to have sex with David.
Well, there you go.
It's this self-analysis.
Please don't tell.
Self-evaluation of knowledge and skills. Okay. Yeah. So what I'll do, I'll see if I can find that, and if I can, I'll send it through to you for you to actually go through and work out where you think your weaknesses are. Because that's what I need to be able to work on, is helping you improve yourself, that you feel more comfortable. Because if you feel confident, you'll get competent.
Oh yeah, we get competent in the end. We get competent. This is why it's quite frustrating sometimes, because
you're allowing other people to frustrate you. Well, I don't give a shit.
You don't give a monkey. You don't give a monkey.
No, that's somebody who doesn't join my business doesn't help me.
No, it doesn't. It's true.
So why do I allow somebody who doesn't join my business to upset my business?
Yeah.
That's the biggest hurdle to get over. There's a book called Go for No. If you haven't read it, listen to it. I've got it here somewhere as well, on CD. Go for No. Bob Webb has just had more no's told to him than you'll ever have. But he isn't bothered, because the no's don't build his business. It's the yeses. But you have to have so many no's to get a yes. And that's why you need to track and know exactly how many no's you need to get a yes. Insurance salesman sits down in his office and he knows that if he has 10 phone calls, he'll sign up 3 people. However, one of them will cancel, one of them will reduce their policy, and one will continue with the policy. So he needs one continuation. So he knows if he makes 10 phone calls, he'll get that one continuation because he's tracked it. And it isn't tracked over a week, it's not tracked over a month, it's tracked over a number of months. But it has to be consistency. If you only put 50 catalogues out a week, the odds of you getting a lot of orders is minimal. But if you put 500 catalogues out a week, it's inevitable. Because you get the numbers. And you don't worry about all the people who didn't order. Because you're just interested in the orders, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
It's the same with us. We put out adverts, and all the adverts are to get people to inquire. And once they inquire, it's whether it turns into a lead to go to an appointment or it's just dead. And every company that does it does that. I mean, it's interesting. As I drive around Leicester, we drove around the other day, there's Blackbird Road in Leicester. Yeah. There's Asda across the road, and Lidl's just opened across the road, or building across the road.
Minute and a half, Andy.
Yeah. Lidl always go and build a store next to a supermarket, another supermarket. Yeah. On the Foss Road in Leicester, there was Tesco's store. Lidl went to moved in next door, and just up the road, Aldi opened up. They're not bothered about competition because I know some people will go to Aldi, some will go to Lidl, some will go to Tesco's, because we choose where we go to. Right. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for being on tonight. I will upload this training on the site so you can review it. But if I can find that form for you, I will send it through. And Roger, your labels were posted about 2 o'clock today. All right. I'll speak to you all later.
Right, I'll send you the money, by the way.
Yeah, thank you very much. All right.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye
Okay.
now.
Good night.
Okay, thanks, Andy.